What's going on, guys, and welcome back. So if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button for other good content. Every week we do our updated tops from YCSs and regionals, which we'll have another YCS from this weekend to go along with Vegas and the countless regionals. So roughly 300 tops after this weekend, so make sure you stick around and check that out. Our How to Beat series, where we go through each meta deck, break it down, show combo lines, talk about what they do and how to beat them, best interaction points, hand trapping points, things like that will also be getting started this coming week, so make sure you're ready for that. But today we updated our Cyber Dragon deck. I'm not on Cyber Dragon for a competitive standpoint this format. I'm taking a format away from them. I am playing Kashtira. I know. Don't need to get on into it, but if I were to play Cyber Dragon, I think this is the build I would go with. I had tested it quite a bit in my spare time just to actually get a viable deck for you guys. I do think it's kind of in a weird spot, but it's in a better spot than it was during Tierlement's format, and I think rogue decks in general right now can just see more success than they could have previously. So we play 3 core, 3 claw, 3 emergency, 2 realm, and 1 horizon. These are our 12 1-card starters. I've played these ratios in other builds and kind of told you guys why. Emergency and core are your true 1-card starters. Claw and realm and horizon are all technically a starter, but they do require you to open a name to pitch off the horizon to be able to get into your combo. Because say you have claw, you pitch claw, you can grab your horizon, then your horizon you can go ahead and dump chimera and any other name and search out your Naxter summon, revive the chimera, and then you can use the effect to search out your power bond, make a Seeger, use your power bond. If you use your core, you can summon your core, search out your realm, search out your chimera, extra normal summon, effect, link it to your Seeger, and go about your day that way. If you open your realm, you search your claw, then claw searches your horizon, and you repeat and do the same combo that we had just briefly mentioned. So because of this, that's why we wanted to play 12 cyber names too, because well, half our starters need you to open a name. So if you play 12 names, you really should open one way more than you will not. And I was looking at the names, it's like, which ones do we want to play? You don't necessarily want to open Chimera. You don't necessarily want to see it. So it's not the best thing to have. I did consider playing 2 just because of Kashtira banishing your deck, in which case I would drop 1 Naxter and play a second Chimera. There's no reason to bump up the Hearse count, and there's no reason to bump up the Cyber Dragon count. The fact that a Rise Heart is a machine, however, and Shangri-La usually goes in the extra monster zones, do not matter because a Rise Heart is also a macrocosmos, meaning you cannot go into your contact fusions while it is on the field and not negated. Naxter's a nice little extender, so that's why we're like, well, it actually does something if you open it, so let's bump that one up to 3 and play it. Like I said, if you want to play 2 Chimera and drop 1 Naxter, that is perfectly understandable. Moving forward, we have our 2 power bonds, so then we have our power and consistency spells. We have triple tactic talent. I really like this card this format. Change of heart. I really like this card this format as well. Double prosperity. I don't think you necessarily need 3 prosperity. 2 is nice. It's extra little consistency, and it's a spell you can discard, and if you open an extra monster, you can actually OTK after using prosperity, so that is pretty nice. Double Book of Eclipse. The card is just crazy this format. Flip your opponent's boards down, and we'll show you something that we've been working on in a little bit. Hand traps. 3 Ash, best hand trap of the format. 2 Bell, low-key really good. 3 Imperm, and then Effect Veiler just to round out a 9th hand trap. 3 Forbidden Chalice too. This card has been so good, being able to interrupt your opponent's combo mid-combo, like especially versus Despia, when they like go into Guardian Chimera and you just chain Forbidden Chalice to them, because usually you're going to have a monster on board by the time they do that. So it's just really, really good in that sense. Or you can kind of leave a Rise Heart not negated, wait until they try to use the quick effect of it to banish something, and then you chain your Chalice, and you can really get your opponent in a weird spot that way. Side deck, we are on 3 Lancia. I really like the card overall. 2 cosmic, and 1 feather duster. Triple evenly matched, this one should also be staple. And then some going first with 3 dimensional barrier and 3 solemn judgment. The extra deck, we do have just the 1 mega fleet, 1 fortress dragons, because again, I don't think they come up a super bunch this format. However, you do need them. You may need 2 of these, and the fact that they can rip them from your extra deck, and realistically they can rip 2 pretty easily, so you need 3 Chimeratech Rampage Dragon. 1 Cyber Twin puts in work, especially like if you know they have an Ash Blossom, because they say search it off Prosperity. You can go into Cyber Twin instead of your Rampage, and then you don't need to try to play around that Ash as much. Cyber Eternity Dragon for the send off your Horizon, which also gives you targeted protection for the turn, which is very nice. Playing triple tactics and Change of Heart can come up pretty big, where you steal your opponent's Kesh'tira monsters, and guess what? Arise Heart is a machine. Zeus is a machine. So even if you're locked from Chimera or your Horizon, you can still go into Arise Heart and Zeus, because they are machines from the extra deck, and that is actually kind of just a big key interaction point. Like, you can make your own big Arise Heart, and this card is just so insane right now, this format. We do play a Relinquished Anima because we have Link 1s. We have our Cyber Dragon Seeger. Keep in mind too, versus Branded, I've had it come up more than a couple times where they, like Dragostapelia, negate like your core, and then you can go into Anima, and especially if there's Stapelias in the wrong zone, you can use the effect, and now you got a 2700 beater, all because they negated your core and its level becomes level 1. So do keep that in mind. Dragostapelia makes your monster level 1. Cyber Dragon Seeger because of the combo. And with Book of Eclipse, Pentastag is so nice when you can do piercing damage. You can make a 42 or sometimes 6300 attack Rampage, and if you make it underneath the Pentastag, he will inflict piercing damage. Shout out to Dinosaur for that tech. Obviously, we should all know about it. The 1 Dark Charmer, 1 IP Masquerena, and then I was just testing this, but it would probably switch to something else, not sure what yet. The Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. This card kind of comes up a little more for when you steal your opponent's monster, and it is a higher level, and then you can go and link into it, and it is just a good card overall. So that is it for the updated list this time, guys. Thank you for watching, and consider hitting that subscribe button.